So it'll definitely add the extra dimension to the game where you didn't see with the younger teams.
We're talking to the coaches earlier. We're talking to Big Mike Peters on blue, and we were asking him basically what his team identity was, and he said physicality and execution. And if he had a logo, he would put those two and put an infinity symbol around them. So he was very well developed on that. When we talk to Green, here's the kickoff to Green here. Bechtel to receive. Bechtel's going to take it. He's going to run, plow through some guys. Good return out to about the 40. Flag on the play.
Yeah, and Green said they were running more of a power offense. And when we asked him to clarify that, slow and steady wins the race. He said strong, big and strong wins the race, if I believe Caleb.
Yep.
So they're going for the big, strong turtle approach, which goes well with their green uniforms.
It does.
I don't know. I didn't see much of a turtle about that last kick return.
There was a face mask in the play there, so going to move them forward. Big gain. All right, Green's going to run their pistol formation here.
So we're probably going to want to keep an eye on today on number 71 for Green here, Caleb. Levi Bechtel.
Bechtel with the give, off the right side, finds a big hole, is going to run through. Big game-saving tackle. As you can see, they
right off the bat.
Yeah, they love to run that power game. Green's going to be primarily in what they call the pistol formation. You're going to see there, you're going to have a QB kind of surrounded by three backs, as it were, with a receiver out to the right.
Yeah, Bechtel is a powerful runner, but also pretty quick to his feet, as we've seen on both of the last two plays. Blues really going to have to find a way to stop him today, I think, Caleb.
Penalty on the play. And we have a false start here for Green. We're going to back him up 5.
Looks like we have some fans in the field here, too. Yeah, not to beat a broken drum here, Caleb, but you're going to see maybe a little more sloppy game in the beginning just as the coaches and the players are working through things. Maybe a lot of whistles early.
Here they are. McDonald to take the snap. Gives to Bechtel. Bechtel off the left side is going to run, keep his legs churning for a decent little gain there.
Yeah, and great job for Green there. Their lineman really opened up a nice hole. Bechtel was able to identify it, punch through it for a nice little gain there.
Second down, about 10. Again, you can see Green's able to get just lots of movement with the ball, able to usually get 5 yards here, 10 yards there. So see if Blue tries to close up the gaps here.
Yeah, they've obviously identified the threat. Blues coaches are calling for someone to step up and make the big tackle on Bechtel. See if they can answer that call.
Another run up the middle there. Decent defense there by Green. It's going to set up a third down. Also, you'll notice that there's a little bit more time on the clock in these games here, and as we get higher and higher up in the leagues, you'll see less of a running clock and more of a game clock. Here we'll have a running clock until the last minute of the game, or excuse me, last minute of the half, and then we'll follow pro set rules. 3rd and 5, ball in 27. Down under center. McDonald looks to pass, throws it.
Oh,
and
oh.
bobble, but not picked.
Bobble, drop. That could have been a huge momentum shifter for the Blue. They had a chance, couldn't quite hold on. Still, the play was broken up, bringing a 4th and 5.
If just one of those guys could have actually hung on to the ball.
I think at one point, 3 different people were all holding on to it at the same exact time. Couldn't quite decide which one was going to take it and run with it.
Yeah, well, there was so much green space there, they couldn't decide who was going to score that touchdown, and in fact, no one scored it.
I think they're all seeing top 10 play highlights in their head. They all wanted the piece of the action.
Set up a 4th and 5 here.
Again, if Blue can make the stop here, no harm, no foul.
Oh, it's a fumble.
At this point, it really doesn't matter who picks up that ball, Caleb.
No, it doesn't on this play here. And what you saw there is just, again, some of the rust early on. They went to turn, give the handoff there. It looks like they weren't quite on the same page if they were going to give a handoff or if there was going to be maybe a play action or anything like that. That's going to set up a first down for Blue coming back the other way.
Yeah, so some early momentum it really seemed there for the green team, Caleb. Bechtel was running the ball fairly well. They had a couple nice drives, but really stalled out. Blue was able to dig deep there, come up with a couple really big defensive plays. But it is interesting for green. We've seen they are willing to throw the ball early.
While we're doing this, we'll just read you the Blue team here. On Blue, we have Andre Babcock, Aiden Gordon, Ethan Groom, Aaron Hancock, Akira Hori, Gregory Hunter, Brett Jenkins, Aaron Leonard, David Olgunja, Brody Pierce, Andrew Robidaw, Micah Schrock, Isaac Spencer, and Philip Zubek. Robidaw under center.
Oh, very nice. A couple broken tackles. Could be a big play, Caleb. He's running down the sideline. Finally brought down about the 45-yard line.
Good run by Corey there.
Yeah, a good run turned into a great run by a couple broken tackles. Blue is psyched. That was a great run. All right, so that's going to set up a 1st and 10 about the 45.
Robidaw under center. Oh. Good play, and it looks like Bechtel's going to fall on it. Looked like, man, it looks like the center, something just happened there. He got the ball clean from the center, but as soon as he went through the back there was a green guy all over him. Just kind of blew through the line on that.
So once again, momentum shifts that quickly here, and both teams are going to want to really clean up their game from here on out. And apparently they're not listening to this broadcast because first play, we see another fumble, just not handing the ball off cleanly. So the plays we've seen that have been executed well, we've seen some big plays, but just not a lot of clean execution here for both teams. But again, this is early on. Not a whole lot of chemistry established here between the players. And Blue all over that play. Stops him for a loss. Looks like that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 13.
Hand off to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to stiff arm a man. He's going to stiff arm another man. And he's still turning. The whole blue wave trying to tackle him. Big run.
Oh, we have a flag in the play, looks like, Caleb.
Big run by Bechtel. We'll see if this is, it looks like it'd be a face mask. We'll see what they call here in a second. Refs are huddling up. Still waiting for the signal on this.
Wow, what a great run by Bechtel. Again, showing that great combination of speed on the power, rolls to the outside, breaks several tackles there.
It's going to be a horse collar tackle on blue, which is going to attack on another 15 yards. First down for green. Green, a great opportunity to score here. Of course, this was the end of the first quarter, so they will switch sides. Be able to see them when we come back in the second half. Here we are at the start of the second quarter. Green's driving. Here they are on the 15-yard line. McDonald in center, getting his guys set up. And here they are in their pistol formation. McDonald takes it, gives to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to cut back, going to power through. He's going to dive forward for about 2 on the gain. Good, strong running.
Yeah, and even though I'm sure that wasn't as much as he wanted, that was a great vision there by Bechtel. He recognized the outside was pretty well stuffed up, took the middle, was able to pull a couple yards out there. Blue, good job stopping him. He's going to be a handful here today, Caleb.
Yeah, Bechtel was actually, early on in the draft process, people were talking about whether he was going to actually play up a level in JV, and for whatever reason, he wasn't taken in the JV draft, so he's going to play lower here in KFL, and he's really trying to show people they made a mistake. Plays well enough, he's possible for him to play up on the movement there. I think it's possible for Bechtel to be able to play up and work his way up the JV. One of the things players are trying to do is trying to play so well that the JV coach comes down and calls them up to the league above. So that's kind of one of the motivating factors here. Obviously, besides they want to win, they just want to do well. But oftentimes you'll see sometimes if you look at the sidelines, you'll see other coaches from the same team but on a higher league watching, seeing if there's any improvements they can make for their roster. Another movement. Call out timeout by Green. Another false start on Green. Getting a little bit jumpy.
So after an initial great run by Bechtel for a decent gain there on first down, here we are 2 penalties later, looking at a 2nd and 22 here for the green team. So definitely looking to clean up their action here. But again, what you got to keep in mind here, folks, is haven't had a whole lot of practice here. Working out the kinks as we go. That's kind of the name of the game here for this first game for both teams.
McDonald takes a snap, loses it. Going to pick it up, trying to reverse course. Blue is all over him, and now they're going to swarm, and it's going to get blown dead. Excellent play by Green there to even prevent disaster. As you saw, I don't know if he was quite expecting the snap. It looked like it hit him a little bit high, so at least he was able to hang on, and of course by then the play was busted, so you could see kind of looking around, doing that kind of that panic look of what are we going to do here. Good play by Blue to kind of get inside and mess with them.
Yeah, props to Blue, even though there was the missed snap there. Once it was recovered, Blue was right there, so I'm not sure even if that wasn't a missed snap, much would have developed on that play. Blue was all over it.
McDonald calling out the signals. He has it again. Hand off to Bechtel. Bechtel trying to run through. Guys all over him. Oh, fumble on the play.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like they're going for the strip there.
Let's see who has at the bottom of the pile here. Fourth down. It looks like the ball's going to stay with Green.
Yeah, great job by Blue. I mentioned earlier on the coaches were calling for someone to step up and stop Bechtel. It looked like as a team they're really stepping up. Blues defense is figuring it out here early on. Green, I don't know if they're going to go back to the Bechtel again. Looks like Blue is all over him. But nothing else has really been working for him up to this point, Caleb. But really interesting to see what they go for here. A long 4th and 29.
Here they are. McDonald to take the snap. Oh, a fumble. Honestly, at this point, though, it's almost not going to matter right near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a turnover. Blue's going to pick it up.
So it's been mostly broken plays here, Caleb. A lot of fumbles and almost interception here mixed in with some great runs. It's kind of what we've seen here today. Not really much of a pound game, which we had heard earlier on it might be.
Movement earlier, handoff upside, inside. Oh, and he could go all the way. That will be a TD. Give him 6. Big score for Blue there. Great run by the young man to be able to cut through, make some great moves. Give them a 6-0 lead on the play.
It looks like that run was made by Brody Pierce there for the Blue. Great explosive speed there. Once he pulled away, Caleb, no one was even close to catching up to him. In fact, if you saw there at the end, the only people close to him were his own teammates, helping him celebrate that nice run.
So early on, it looked like Green was really in control. They were getting some good chunk yardage plays here, but Blue has been able to stiffen up on there. They've had some good defense, good play by some of their defensive tackle. On their D line, you see Zuzabek doing a great job. Number 53 in the Blue helped hold the stand there, and then you see them on offense able to just take off. Bravado there, the QB, will go under center, of course, number 16. He's got Horry and Pierce in the backfield. Gives it over to Horry. Horry tries to make a stutter move. Oh, what a nice move. Beats him the outside. Little stutter and go. And that will give Blue an 8-0 lead. So again, you're really starting to see Blue, again, very similar to basically almost all the levels of Blue run a very similar thing. They like to establish an inside run, and then once they kind of have you sucked in, they like to try to get that outside run and get a one-on-one with the outside end or corner. And that's what they're able to do there. About 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Get ready for a kickoff here.
Now, you may have heard this game is not over. They still have to stop these guys. Blues defense needs to ride that momentum. We've seen they definitely have the capability to disrupt Green's plays. They've forced a couple big fumbles. Green's going to have to really clean up their game in the backfield, those handoffs. We've seen they have the horses to be able to pull off a score here, but they're just going to really have to clean it up here, Caleb. I think that's really going to be the name of the game here as we wind down the second quarter. Got about 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
Horry to kick off. McDonald and Bechtel to return. Oh, Bechtel's just moving up here. Last second, they're going to do a little shift here. Oh, some confusion by Green. He's going to pick it up. He's going to try to cut through, and Blue's just going to mob him there. And they're going to wrap him up, and eventually he's going to come. The pile's going to come down there. Look, interesting thing. The coach ran through at the last second. He moved Bechtel back from the return spot and put someone else back there. And it looked like there was some confusion about what the heck was going on there. Interesting little kind of mix-up there. All right, Green, they have 1:30 left in the half here. Down 8-0, going to try to get something. Now, we've seen them be able to get some big runs and some big plays. We'll see if they're able to generate that.
And don't forget that we did see them try to execute a pass early on. But granted, it was almost picked off by 3 people, but they are willing to throw the ball. So we'll see if that comes into play here at all. Not much time left on the clock here. We had a sweeping run there to the outside for Green. Picked up some yardage, called the timeout. Only about 40 seconds. So it's interesting to see if they can work the ball all the way down the field.
Yeah, I got a long way to go here. But as we've seen, Green does have the willingness to pass here. If it is going to be a pass, you'd think they'd be looking at number 26, Blatton. Blatton the third. McDonald to take the snap. Gives the handoff to Bechtel. Bechtel's running through some arm tackles, powering. Good job. Blue's doing a good job trying to get low on him, get his legs here. And Pierce, again, with the guy with the long run, was able to run him down and get in there.
So Green picks up the first down, I believe. Works up to almost midfield.
Here it is. Handoff again. Hard run. Big hit. Bechtel plows forward for a few more yards. Green's going to call a timeout. Interesting spot here. Green doesn't have, they don't have an infinite number of timeouts here. So they've been using their timeouts. First and it says first and 10 on the scoreboard, but it's going to be it's 2nd and 5. Ball on the 47.
Yeah, so we've seen that Green has lined up a receiver, and he's been given isolation there on the outside. Really all he has to do is to beat that initial corner who's really playing him up. So the possibility is definitely there for a pass. We haven't yet seen if the quarterback has the arm to get it to him on a deep play. Last pass was thrown a little short. Something to keep an eye on.
Of course, one of the other things, too, that you have to wonder about whenever they're throwing the ball this early in the week is they haven't really had a lot of times practicing the chemistry between the receivers and the QB, so that often sometimes leads to miscommunications. They don't quite know their speed yet. But again, they do have the one-on-one matchup if they want it. Robideau is playing up. Handoff to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to around the outside, just blow up the line. Green's going to call.
So he picks up the first down. At this point, almost irrelevant. Only 19 seconds on the clock.
Something's weird. The clock is stopped. It shouldn't be stopped. Bechtel's going to be able to bounce outside, run, and keep going. But they're gonna find him. He was down, called down there. You could see the blue coaches were pretty upset there, is that the clock was not.
It really isn't going to make a difference. Green wasn't able to get the line to get the playoff there, but I think they are correct. I think the clock should have run down during that play.
I don't know.
Once again, didn't really make a difference. Green was able to line up to execute another play.
So a lot left in this game. So what we're seeing here is Green early on had a few mistakes, kind of got just a little bit. Wasn't able to couldn't finish their drives. But what happened here is Blue was able to capitalize on the long kind of broken play. Great play by Pierce on that. And then this kind of sets up for them. It sets up for an interesting second half. Green, again, been able to get chunk yardage, been able to move down the field, but haven't been able to score. But starting in the second half, they'll be able to have more time. Honestly, the biggest enemy of Green has been the clock. They haven't been able to score quickly, but we'll see what happens
turnovers. I don't think Green, Caleb, up to this point has been stopped on a fourth down. It's been the turnovers for them that's killed them.
Again, yeah, we're gonna see if they can come back, play some mistake-free ball. Just want to give you a quick shout out to some of the people who have been working around here to make this camp possible. So the breakfast here is very early. The first service is at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's very early, and I've been told that Sarah Lagner comes in at 3 o'clock in the morning with her crew to start making breakfast. 3 o'clock in the morning. So we want to say thank you to them, and thank you to all the cooks and people who make this possible.
Also wanted at this point to read off part of the roster here. No, we even us in the commentators booth here, a little close to the action, have a hard time identifying the players once they get all their pads and paraphernalia on. No, some of you at home want to identify certain players, so I'm going to go ahead and read those off, try to give you the numbers as well. So for the green team, we have Luke Aubin. He's number 18. We have Levi Bechtold. We've seen a lot of today. He's in the 71 jersey. See Jason Blanton III. He's wearing 26 today. Brent Crouch in 64. We have Jethro Kirkland, number 86. Christopher Lewis, number 14. We have Duke Liu, number 22. Cleet Martin, number 66. Sean McDonald, number 61. Daniel Norton, number 33. Isaiah Rojas, 85. Josiah Ronson, 84. Nathan Westich, number 46. And Blake Wilson, number 40. And on the opposite side for the blue here, as we're about to start up the third quarter, we have Andre Babcock for the blue, number 63. We have Aiden Gordon, 46. We have Ethan Groom, number 58 for the blue. Aaron Hancock's wearing the 55 jersey. Akira Hori, number 35. Gregory Hunter, 62. Brett Jenkins in the 70. Aaron Leonard in 48. David Alongunja in 42. Brody Pierce, 83. Andrew Robideau, number 16. Micah Schrock, 65. Isaac Spencer, 54. Philip Zazubek, number 53. Caleb Brewer, and 85.
All right, Lewis to kick off, and back to receive. Back to receive is the blue. Blue, of course, has Pierce and Ori back.
It sounds like the game plan is to hold on to that football. Certainly has been a problem we saw in the first half for both teams. Several turnovers really have impacted this game. Haven't resulted in too much damage. We have an 8-0 score here starting the second half.
Kickoff. Ori fumbles it, picks it up. He's going to try the left side. Tries to get outside, and he's going to get wrapped up, bottled up there, and they're going to swarm him down at about the 35.
Yeah, great job on that play. Was that number 40 that got there first, Caleb?
It was indeed. Good. It's interesting. They were able to get outside him earlier, Wilson, in the first half, but not on the kickoff here.
Yeah, so that was Blake Wilson there. Really got there quickly. Wrapped him up and got help from friends to take him down. Really smothered that run. I think just not a clean grab off the bounce kick there didn't help the blue runner there either.
Robideau takes the snap, gives the handoff, and Bechtel and McDonald are there, swallow up him right there on the play. Good play on that.
Yeah, clean handoff, but Lion wasn't able to hold. Green's punched right through, took him down for the loss. So just when Blue thought they didn't have to worry about Beckel anymore, running the ball on him, he runs right up the middle and pounds their offense, so they got to worry about him on both sides of the ball.
All right, here it is. Robert under center. Pierce behind him, followed by Ori. Looks like there's going to be a false start on the play. Oh, nope. I think they're going to get McDonald here, number 61, for encroachment, lining up over the ball. Oh, nope. Not totally sure. Ref signaled a different number here. We're going to see what happens on this. So Blue's going to get backed up on the offsides.
Also, you may have noticed one of the nice things about man camp is a lot of the coaches and staff are given these little buggies. They can kind of zoom in and out and make calls. It's very handy. Probably see a lot of them flying around in the background.
Looks like they're getting them lined up here. Robert to hand off. He's going to take it, keep it himself. He's going to get outside. He's got a lot of room. Going to run through a tackle there. Nice 6-7 yard gain there on the outside.
Flag early on the play here, Caleb. Looks like you have a holding call. So great play. The holding call doesn't take anything away from that great run. It's the second time we've seen his explosive run game today. But once again, penalties hurt them on that. So even though we're seeing some penalties here, you really got to give props to these guys. Some of these guys have never played these positions before. In all honesty, picking it up really quickly. A lot of new skills they're developing on the job.
Pierce is just wrapped up in the backfield there by Lewis. Great play. Come through by Lewis to go ahead and get him.
Yeah, nothing doing at that play. Green had seen enough of his action for a little bit.
Well, again, just as coaches are running the players, so are the other players. You know, they know to key in on Pierce after he scored that long touchdown, so they're going to be ready to go ahead and key on him more as the game progresses.
Still be nice to put the numbers here. All right, so this is going to bring up a really long third down.
Up. Going to be either a false start or something. We'll get the call here, movement here. It's going to make it even harder. So right now we are looking at a third down and about 35. And so right here again, what you're seeing with Green is they're trying to win the field position battle. This is great. Green here not only wants to not give the first down, but they obviously want to try to limit them to help set up their offense. Blue just needs to try to get some of this yardage back. Handoff there. Ori just going to keep his leg turning. Oh, gets out of it. Now he's going to take the outside, and they're going to wrap him up. Good run. He gets about 9 of it back. He's going to set up a fourth and about 21.
Yeah, good blocking there as well from Blue.
All right, so we do see punts sometimes at this level. We don't know if Blue's actually going to punt here. We're going to find out when they line up in their formation what they're going to do. Also, wouldn't be surprised if they. Yep. Well, they are going to. Looks like they're going to try something. Ori's in the backfield looking to punt. Bechtel's back to receive. Bechtel standing at about his own 47.
I think that's the 46 there, Caleb.
Bad snap.
Boy.
It's going to be a scoop and score, and it's going to be a score. Touchdown scored by Blatton the third, able to go ahead and get that. Again, you see the newness here. Snap way high, unable to corral it. Good effort, good awareness by Blatton. Goes in there, gets the score. Now, this is a big play here. It's 6-8. And again, as we know, the kicking game is not really a thing here. They're going to probably go for 2 on this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bechtel right here. Probably going to give Bechtel up to the middle here or off to the outside. Let him use a stiff arm. This is a big down here. If Blue can hold them, they'll still be up by 2, 8-6. And of course, Green is going to obviously try to capitalize here. McDonald looking to take the snap. Some confusion by Green. Going to bring in a player back in.
Yeah, they're pretty picky about you having the right amount of people out there, Caleb.
Yeah. McDonald takes it, hands to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to try, and he's going to try to burrow his way in. And he's going to be short. Looks like they were able to get him low, and he's going to be just shy on that. So Blue still up 8-6 on the play.
Yeah, great job there just to manage the frustration. Obviously, not what they're looking for with the fumble touchdown there, but they're able to handle their emotions, get back in there, make the really big stop. We've seen that hasn't been an easy stop today. Bechtel's really been running the ball well, so that's a huge play for the Blue.
They're going to be able to line up here in a second. So Blue's got to shake it off. They got able to hold them here. About a minute left in the third quarter. Lewis to kick off. In the backfield, we have Babcock, Pierce, and Ori. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to switch sides and get them all lined up again.
Green capitalizing, gets a free practice punt there. But I don't know, might not have been the smartest play because Blue got a chance to practice there receiving that as well. Kind of saw a little bit of the action there. So not sure that was the greatest move on Green to take advantage of that free opportunity, but maybe we'll see in the second half. And we're back here with the start of the fourth quarter. Only 10 minutes left in this game. Score of 8-6 here. We're going to see Green kick off.
Lewis the kick. Back to receive. Upfield on the run here. He's going to take it up the right side. And he is going to have a great run back all the way out to the 40. Right out of the bounds by Bechtel on the play. Great field position for Blue. Going to set up on the 41.
That's a great run there by number 63. Andre Babcock. We've seen Blue has a couple players with kind of that explosive outside run game. A lot of options to go to. They haven't had a lot of time with the ball here today, so I don't think we've fully seen everything that they're capable of. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of it here. They have the ball at about their own 45.
Rabideau under center. Pierce behind him, followed by Ori. It's going to be the give to Ori. Ori's going to cut inside. Breaks a tackle or two. Slips him in. Is going to gain fall forward for about maybe the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, so Blue kind of has that three-headed monster run game. They have Pierce. They have Babcock, as we saw in the last play. And then that play, we saw Ori. It's really a huge advantage kind of have the opportunity to mix and match different runners. On the flip side, we've seen with that, the green team just kind of has one option there with the run game that we've seen so far.
Here's a pitch out to Ori. He's able to keep one hand on it. Gets it. Breaks his tackle. Going to slip it to the outside. Key stays on his feet. He's going to try to cut back in. Steps out of bounds right in around the 29. Good run by Ori to get on the outside. You see his ability to push some tackles. Here it is. Again, Blue just trying to slowly grind away at this. Any burning clock is always good for Blue right here. They're up 8-6 here. Another score would go a long way. Kind of try to put the game out of reach if possible.
Yeah, it seems like out of Blue we haven't seen much of a really the grind game. They have a lot of explosive power out of all three of the runners. Seen all three of the running backs here have really nice runs.
More of a kind of boom or bust type offense, whereas
Exactly.
you see with Green has been a little bit more of a grind, consistent. Rabideau under center. Ori behind him. Pierce out to the outside. Babcock out wide. Oh. One of the things that's really killing these teams here has been the penalties, pre-snap penalties here. Another false start. One of the ways that you have to learn discipline in football is you just got to stand there and wait till your QB snaps it. But it's tough early on because it takes a while to get everyone set. So the QB's trying to make sure everyone's set, getting them all ready to go. And at the same time while he's doing it, the guy who got set and was ready to go is just all excited and wants to kind of run out of there. It's going to be a timeout by Blue. 6:04 left in the fourth quarter. Blues leading 8-6. It's going to be a 1st and 15 when we come back. Here we are on the set. Roberto calling out the signals. Takes the ball. Hell, fumble on the ball. Someone's going to fall on it. Green's able to fall on it there. It looks like there was a little bit of maybe the running back's arm was not. Sometimes when you have a young man and he has his arm is not inside up, it's easy. What happens is the QB will bounce the ball off the arm. Could have also looked like they were kind of confused a little bit on what side they're. Almost like the running back was going to go on the right side. The last second got back on the left side. Again, you see these miscommunications, these little mistakes kind of hurt you. So now Blue's got to play defense. Green's got an opportunity. They have about 5 minutes left in the game here. Plenty of time. They're going to have to see if they can get a good drive going here. Blue's going to have to try to get a big stop here. Down takes it, gives it to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to try the outside. Cuts outside, taking on tacklers. Falls down. Pierce gets some kind of tripped over him. Good play there by Pierce to get him, and an excellent run by Bechtel on the outside. It's going to be second and about a yard. Less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Green down by 2. Blue is leading the game 8-6.
We've seen on some of these runs from Bechtel, Blue's almost having to send a whole pack of guys over there to get him down.
Westich to center. To snap the ball to McDonald. Oh, it's a fumble. Bechtel picks it up. He's going to run to the outside. Excellent tackle by Zubek, able to get in there, get a hand on him. Excellent play. Good by Bechtel to even just recover it. It looks like the ball sometimes when a center, he goes to snap the ball there, it gets scrapes on the ground. So instead of coming back clean, it kind of goes end over end on the ground there. It looks like that's what happened.
Yeah, and props to the green line there. The green line held. Gave Bechtel the time to be able to recover that. Really wasn't any danger of any of the Blue defensemen to jump on that ball.
Still able by Green to pick up a first down on there. They only needed a yard. It's going to be first down. About 3:30 left in the game. McDonald gets it, hands off to Bechtel. Bechtel's going to bounce to the outside. Looks like one of the guys there, Blue's calling for a holding call on the outside there. They can get ready to line up here again on the play. Good play by Jenkins, able to kind of fight through some contact, get out, and make the stop. Second and about 6. McDonald to take the snap. Has it. He's going to try to go up the middle himself. Bechtel gets behind him, push him. They're going to drive him forward. Flag on the play. So decent little gain here, but we'll see as it stands what happens next.
There's a holding call here, Caleb.
Ooh. Holding call on Green here. This is going to be a really tough play for them to overcome here. So instead of it being a second and about, I'm waiting here for the referee to kind of march the yardage off. Second and about 6. It's going to be a second and 16 here.
Yeah, and time's really ticking down here, Caleb. About 1:30. Still enough time to work with, but
again, we've seen Green being able to make some great strides. They haven't been able to finish the drive, and they haven't quite been able to get on the outside. What you're seeing here is Blue's speed on defense is able to catch up to the power of Green. Green almost, it seems like, at will can get their 5-6 yards here and there, but they can't quite string a drive together. Every time they start gaining all this momentum or whatever, there's always a penalty or they have a fumble or something sets them back. Interesting to see this Green team as they develop. If they can get their execution down, they can be a real dangerous team in the future.
Exactly. Both teams have been hampered by turnovers and penalties. It's just the difference has kind of been Blue with that more explosive speed. It's just been a couple big plays for them, whereas you've noticed Green with more of their steady power game. It's kind of hurt them, just haven't had consistency with stringing together drives that haven't resulted in some sort of turnover or just penalties. So Green almost back to where they started this drive. They only have 2 minutes left on the clock instead of the 4 they started with.
Oh, moving again here. Going to be a false start on the play. Again, these penalties are kind of really killing Green here. Second down. Now, we have seen Green has kind of a willingness to throw the ball early on, so we'll see if we see a pass here. Again, part of their penalties, part of their problem is just becoming the time itself. So we're down around 2 minutes here. McDonald looking to hand off. He's just going to keep it himself. He's going to kind of round the outside. Looked like there was confusion there between him and Schrock on whether they were going to hand that off or not.
Yeah, what hurt them on that, Caleb, is with that confusion on the handoff, the blockers weren't really sure who to pick up. So by the time the play finally developed and he just held on to it, the blockers weren't able to pick up the defensive players needed to really be able to push that forward.
Green calls a timeout here. Minute 38 left on the clock. Coming out of this timeout here, it's 3rd down and 24. Minute 38 left. Green's got to somehow score here. It'd be interesting to see. They're in the huddle for a long time. 40 lines up wide here. It's going to be Blake Wilson. Kind of almost expect a pass here.
Yeah,
Wilson's looking ready to run here.
You also have Blanton on the other side, number 26.
He's going to throw. Oh, he's got him wide open. Wilson to catch it. Tries to cut in there. And good yardage. He's still short of the first down. Good play by Wilson there. Good cleanup tackle on the play.
Yeah.
Now, if you see, sorry to cut you off there. One of the things you're going to see here is they like to go to Wilson on that play again. Now, here's the end. It's 4th down and about 9. So they still have quite a bit of yardage here just to get the first down. And there's about a minute left in the game. Wilson's lining up out wide again. Let's see if if Rabideau, oh, fumble, he goes to go, pulls it up to Blatton, and it's going to be almost intercepted there. It's going to be dropped on the play. Green is going to turn it over on downs here. So as long as Blue does not blow this here, what Blue cannot have here is a fumble. Whatever they do, they cannot fumble the ball. Cannot fumble the ball.
As it seems this game, that's not out of the question either.
Yeah, one of the things if I'm a coach here in this, I'm going to be just out making sure that my QB is getting the ball from a center. We're just going to have a clean snap and a clean, handoff here. Green's already used up a lot of their timeouts, so it's going to kind of make this an easy, should just be a couple of run plays, and they'll be able to cement the victory, an 8-6 victory here for Blue. So if you're Green here, they do have some big guys. They got Bechtel and they got McDonald. They're going to see if they can get in, and maybe they can make a play, knock a ball out, rough something up like that. But you're going to see Blue's just going to come in tight here. They're going to line up. And again, Rabideau is kind of an experienced QB in this league here. He's been a QB in the years past, so I expect him to just kind of be able to take this and get a clean snap here. And you can see he's just going to take a knee here, and that should for some reason the clock wasn't running there. Oh.
I just want to go back to that earlier pass play, Caleb. I don't think that Blue realized how close that play was because their defender totally dropped off Wilson on that pass. And unfortunately, the ball is just a little underthrown. Wilson had to kind of slow down, allowed for the defender to catch up. That could have easily been a touchdown. So, I mean, Green has the pass game to kind of build on a little bit. Wilson seems like a good receiver out there on the end. He's got good hands.
Yeah, you're going to have to, if you're Green, you're probably looking to build on an inside running game followed by kind of a little bit of a play-action passing game. Green doesn't seem to really have a lot of speed to get to the edge from the backfield, but they do have that ability to kind of suck people in and then throw the ball out wide. Just another kneel down here. It's going to be third down. They're going to have to do one more kneel down, and that ought to do it.
Close game here today, Caleb. We saw a lot of great plays, some explosive runs out of Blue, some great power runs there out of Bechtel there for the Green. A little bit of passing action, but really I'd say this game was characterized by both turnovers and penalties, unfortunately. Not what you like to see.
But still, both teams have a lot to build on for the future. Both have been playing really well, and we look forward to seeing how these two teams progress later on in the week. Final score of the game, 8-4 Blue, 6-4 Green Machine. We'll see you after lunch here when we come back with Green versus Blue JV. Thanks. Have a great day.